Hi, everybody. Let's talk. How is everybody doing? I had so much fun last night. Just like just showing everybody my nail polishes on YouTube last night. It was just great. It was something fun and something like different, right? But I came on to talk today. Like this is something different. I figured, Tina, what are you talking about? What are you ranting about today? Like on this on this day, and I was thinking about how respect like goes both ways. Like if if people want respect, respect goes both ways. And so you see, I was watching this video of this girl on this college campus, and she was really wailing, I guess, at MAGA people. I don't know. But the thing is, how are we supposed to get along if no one is not even willing to throw out a spoonful of kindness? Now, I must say, the young guy on MAGA was saying to the black girl that he didn't want no problems, and she kept hollering at him and screaming. See, this is what I'm saying. We are right now so divided up that I tell you what, it's going to take a miracle. It's going to take one of those miracles from God to get us back together, because right now, no political party on the right or the left are no better than either one. And it's really sad because we see innocent people getting hurt by mentally ill people, like the young girl, that got her life fatally taken away from her in North Carolina. I don't even want to regurgitate how sad it was. And we're living, and then with Charlie also, and it's like, what, and now it's like ramping up. I mean, holy crap. I mean, the videos that people are seeing right now, of so much stuff going on and people really ramping. This is no joke. I mean, when is the end of all this craziness? I mean, we're ramped up right now. We're ramped up, and it's really sad. I think we're falling down. We're falling down. Hi, Cairo. How are you? Hi, everybody. How are you doing? But welcome to Let's Just Talk About This. I mean, this is Snap Talk Live, but let's just talk about this, because there's so much stuff. I even got my other iPad here, but I just wish that at this point in time we can all lay gavels down, man. I mean, there's something's got to stop. We can't keep going on like this. You know, we can't keep going on like this over and over and over, and nobody is releasing up that gavel of enough is enough, right? And we just keep going on. Yes, we got people that have passed away heinously right now, whether you like them or not. But to keep the stuff going, it's just insanity level, right? And just like I said, I saw this video. Let me see if I can even pull it up. And the girl was in the wrong. I'm going to be honest with you. The black girl was in the wrong, because she was kept getting in the guy's face, the young MAGA guy's face, and he was not doing anything to her. See, I'm going to be honest with people. I'm not going to just you know what I mean? I'm not just going to just go, oh, well, it's all the Republicans. No, it's actually both sides. But see, but this girl on this college campus, she was the one who really was starting this stuff. Then she got arrested, and wonder why she got arrested. And she kept going on and digging and diving and basically pushing into this MAGA young guy, I guess it was a couple's faces. And I mean, we can't keep going on like this, everybody. How the hell are we going to even do this? And the college students are really, oh my God, I don't know what's happening. We are basically at the grips of disgust right now. And and you gotta kind of, and I just wish that somebody in leadership would come out and go, um, yeah, exactly. A lot of people think that, but so a lot of stuff is happening here, and just like someone said that they think, Charlie's death was planned. I mean, who knows? At this point, there's so much weird stuff that's going on in our country. We don't even know what's real, what's fake, who's doing what. We don't know who's kissing who. We don't know what is. It is. Yeah, I know. I yes, I know. But with family's respect, I didn't want to just keep say his full name. But there we're really living in times where we don't even know what truth is anymore with stuff going on, right? Hi Ken. We don't really know anything, like what is going on, what is real, what is fake. I mean, you know they said that with this poor young girl, it's so sad. I mean, my heart just feels like I'm gonna cry. Why didn't anybody right away try to help her on the train when this monster was just attacking her so violently? And why in God's name would a judge let this person out knowing that they had severe mental health problems like this? What is going on with our country, everybody? We are at the grips of done. Okay, we're seeing it, we're actually done right now. In the college campuses, some of them, the students are going beyond unhinged. People, I mean, what's it gonna be tomorrow with something? And I just wish that leadership would come out and go, okay, everyone, let's start piping stuff down. But no, it doesn't seem like nobody's coming out and saying, let's pipe stuff down and calm stuff down. Because at the end of the day, just like I said, all these news outlets, and I don't care, I guess, YouTube will twirl me around again. But at the end of the day, it goes back to how much of this shit that we can absorb in one day. And the news outlets, oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you, everybody. And then the news outlets, hell, even the podcasters. I'm not even just going to the guts of the nationwide news. I'm talking about even podcasters and how much craziness they're spewing also. Right? And it's like, so the young people are getting it from there. They're getting it from the podcasters. They're getting it from this and that. And if you look on some platforms, which I won't even mention the name, there is so much violence being said on there. It's not even funny. And they're allowing it right now to happen. And I'm not even going to say the name to entertain it because I respect the fact that I love space. But this is craziness. And when we keep doing this and we keep allowing these shows to keep pounding shit into our heads over and fucking over again, this is the ramification, everybody. Let me see if I can pull up some videos. This is the ramification. And it's not going to stop. These people think that all this shit's going to stop overnight. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. Until someone actually says enough is enough, right? I mean, until literally someone says, okay, everybody, let's get this country back around again. Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. I had to adjust my skirt, actually. It was going up. But, just like I said, it's really sad because the younger people are too far gone. Oh, Michael Wade wants to join live on Facebook. Everybody welcome. I'm on YouTube and Facebook. and I got Michael Wade, who used to be my co-host, who wants to come on the broadcast and listen, add his flavor. Add the flavor. Let's get the flavor going on here, right? And let's find out what Michael Wade has to say. You know what I mean? I know YouTuber. Hi, Michael Wade. I know YouTube, you can't see Michael Wade. Hi, how you doing? But he's right here on live with me. How are you doing, Michael Wade? Let's see.
What's it going on, people?
How's it going? How you doing, Michael Wade? What you got? What's your take on this, Michael Wade? Because you used to be my co-host for a number of years for Snap Talk Live.
About Charlie Kirk, am I correct?
Yes. Okay, he wants to cover about Charlie Kirk, everybody. God rest his soul. God rest Charlie's soul. And what do you want?
Yeah. You know, I don't think it should matter, even if the person had controversial views or stuff like that. You know, the saying is true. You can't stop hate with hate.
That's right. You're right. And Michael Wade's saying you can't stop hate with hate, everybody. Exactly.
I mean, that is not the answer. I don't care how controversial somebody is.
Yeah.
You are no hero when you're shooting somebody.
Yeah, that's right.
When you're killing somebody.
That's right. And no one deserves that. Nobody deserves to get done to them what Charlie Kirk has got done to him, or anyone that is being attacked for what they believe in. Because if we continue to go down this rabbit hole, right, Michael Wade, of all this discontent because we don't like what others say, we're just Kat here says, unless you're at war with what? Because right now we're at war with one another, and it's really sad. Right now we're fighting each other. So
that is so true.
And so I want to ask you a question, Michael Wade, because I want to bring it back to this topic right here, because I know no one's thinking about this, but I am. What about if there was a draft at this point? What would these 18 to 25-year-olds do if there was a draft at this point? And the ones that are just going, what would we do? What would they do? Because there is no video games when you get drafted. There is no, there is nothing like that. So, how about
your cell phones?
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly. Kevin says we need to stay away from Civil War or World War III, right? Because, anything like this, everybody, is possible. Nothing is not off the table, at this point, I'm sure. So, we're fighting each other like a bunch of dogs, and little do we know. And Kevin's been in war. But what do you think about that, Michael Wade? Would these young people, 18 to 25, be able to handle that when we're in a social divide, right? We're in this kind of racial divide.
In a world where we're spreading love to one another.
Yeah. He wants to be in a world, everybody, we're spreading love. I don't know if you can hear, Michael Wade is on live with me. Someone's on giving their opinion right here on Facebook, everybody. So I'm on YouTube and Facebook. Yeah. And I wish we could, I really wish somebody at the White House,
I just recently saw a meme, Tina, that is for real. It's not that God has forsaken the world. It's the world has forsaken God.
Yeah, about the world has forsaken God. And that's another thing. We took God out of everything, everybody. That's why, I always post stuff and reels and everything about the Lord, because right now the devil's having his way with all of us. I mean, he is literally...
And Tina, they've been doing that ever since, because of how much the president at the time, George W. Bush, was a lover of the Lord. They've been doing that ever since his reign.
Yeah, that's true.
They've been taking Bibles out of the
Right, Rick.
courthouse.
Rick says there's hate for no
And
reason.
people are going to come on here and say, well, is the church and state supposed to be separated?
Yeah.
Okay, but what about keeping a union between God and his people? That's the more important thing.
Yeah. What about that? But what about, taking God? I remember when I was a little girl. Does anybody remember when you had to hold your hand up and pledge allegiance to our United States flag? Does anybody remember those days when the first thing you done in the morning in school was go? I mean, honestly, you put your hand up like this. Oh, wait a minute, sorry. You put either your hand over your heart, or you went like this and you pledged allegiance to the flag. Who remembers that? When they were little, first thing in the morning.
Oh, I miss those days.
Oh yeah, before you started your day, honestly, you either went like this or you went like this and put your hand over your heart. This is why these kids are acting up in school. They have no respect. Tell me.
We still do that.
Yes.
At every wrestling event that we're at.
Yeah.
We stand for the national anthem.
Yes, that's right. And they should bring that back.
Off. People wearing hats, they take their hats off.
That's right, Jason.
Across their hearts like this.
Yeah, you're right. And they gotta bring this back to school, but I don't think it's gonna happen anytime ever in this lifetime anymore. She got videos of her dancing. Oh well, I make all kind of videos. But yeah, that's the thing. We gotta get back to that. We gotta get back to that because, okay, Kevin says we took that out of society. So yeah, that's what they did. Who wants to bring this stuff back? See, we're taking stuff away that shouldn't even be taken away from school. Our young people right now, do you realize, don't even know how to write cursive? This isn't even funny, and this is very basic. But the thing is, when you don't even know how to write your own name in cursive, you would never put your hand over your heart.
How can they sign the back of a check or
fill
out one of those withdrawal forms that they got direct deposit now?
Yeah, the direct deposit. I don't know. The comments are coming over here on YouTube. YouTube, don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like. But yeah, just like I said, our young people couldn't. That's what I said, everybody. 18 to 25. Are these young adults these days ready? If Trump would go, okay, it's a draft.
Up a good point. I think Kevin is bringing
Thank
up a
you,
good point
Justin.
here.
Huh?
I don't think our young people are as focused as the young people that like back in the day.
Back in our day, exactly.
World War II or Vietnam or even Desert Storm or.
I think Michael Wade, because the young.
Terrorism.
Yeah, I think the young people these days, and it's not their faults, everyone. It really, honestly, is not the young folks' faults these days, because back in our days, we did not have social media. We didn't have phones. We didn't have anything like that to infiltrate our minds, like the young people do now. And the technology is so great. And so all the young people are so into technology, where back in our day, we had to not use a calculator. We had to use our brain. We had to sign things, right? And so we had to do things like that. And we had to respect our flag, our American flag. And when we took this out of our country, we took these out of our schools, of starting as little children respecting our flag. Okay, we stopped making people hold their hands over their hearts as a little child. I can remember, or you have to go like that and salute. We took all that away, right? And that's the foundations that build up strong people. And so, people our age 50
and there are
plus.
even so many young people at sporting events that won't even stand for the flag because of that whole thing with the one football player.
Yeah, Kevin said they can't even fold an American flag anymore. And it's really sad. But I really can't even blame the young people these days, everyone. It's just the generation that they're brought into and they're born into that is the fact that everything was taken away, right? Because if everything would have stayed in place, these young kids would have had to do the same thing as all of us older people done back when we were younger. They had to learn cursive. They had to do all and respect our flag, right? And now it's gone, and so that's why the young folk
And
aren't
you talk
respecting
about the
anything.
young people being drafted.
Yeah.
How are they going? How are they going to be when they have to take orders from a military officer?
Yeah, that's right. Well, they probably wouldn't be able to take military orders from an officer. That is the thing that I'm saying, everyone.
Or except being
Guy,
disciplined
the,
in a military
yeah,
manner,
that's right.
know?
Because everything that was built, everything that our founding fathers and our ancestors have built this country on is honestly going from the schools. The respect for teachers, the respect for our flag, our American flag, honest to God, is so gone. It's so sad. And I can remember as a little child, just we had the biggest American flag in our classroom, and we had to respect that flag, and we had to say the pledge of allegiance. I mean, that was how it was. And it didn't matter. Now think about this, everyone. It didn't even matter what religion you were. Because remember back in our days, everybody had a different religion too. I remember there was some little kids in my class that their parents were atheists, or they were this or that. And everyone, no matter what, had to stand and respect our flag. It didn't matter what culture these little children were in. We were all kids, and we all had to respect our American flag. And it doesn't matter. Yeah, exactly. Kevin said over here on Facebook they won't take orders anymore, and that is because we stopped allowing them to take orders. Go ahead, Michael Wade. I'm sorry. What were you saying? Is Michael Wade saying?
I'm actually in agreement with Kevin,
Yeah,
These kids are not growing up as disciplined as you and I were, Tina.
that's right. Oh yeah,
know,
that's right.
When we would get wrong, we got our butts
Oh
whooped.
yeah. And that's another thing that, just like Michael Wade was saying, like kids these days, right? For one, they don't respect our American flag. They never will. That we just gotta, because we rolled it back so bad that they don't have to respect anyone, right? They don't respect anyone. As a matter of fact, a lot of the young people these days, they're living in households where they have to be the parent, and so a lot of them they can't help it. They have to be the dad, they have to be the mom, they have to, right? And the ones that aren't having to be the mom and the dad, it's just something different. But our kids are under a lot right now. They really are. The young adults are under different kind of pressure, and they're not getting, and they didn't get their butt whooped like any of us did if we got out of line or we didn't do things right. That's just how it is. And go ahead, Michael Wade. Yeah. Are you still on? So Michael Wade was saying about like the respect, and you're right. They got to bring it back. They got to bring, and to take not being able to sign your name out of school. They done took the Bible out. They took Jesus out a long time ago. God been going from the schools, and after they took God out of the schools is when just everything fell apart. You got to understand when they took the Lord out of the.
DC, Tina.
Mm-hmm.
Even in DC, in some churches they end the prayer with "in Jesus' name."
Yeah.
They don't even allow that in prayers.
Oh yeah, in prayers anymore. Oh, unplug this. Yeah, in prayer in the schools
Clearly
anymore.
says in the Bible,
Mm-hmm.
comes to the Father except through Jesus Christ.
That's right. Yeah, but it's far out there gone. It's far gone. And this brings me back to, we're teetering right now, everyone, on the brinks of damn near World War III, okay? How in God's name, I'm going to ask all of you, please, especially if you're 50 plus, how are these young people these days that all they sit and worry about is video games and all this. How in God's name would they even comprehend getting a draft letter? Okay, can you imagine? You know, these young people from 18 to 25 getting a draft letter from our White House, right? Saying you need to shit. Good luck. You'd have ICE running after them. I'm God serious to go find them because they'd be dodging, jumping, hiding underneath their damn beds with their gosh damn video games because they wouldn't surrender. Seriously, I'm not joking you. That's how bad it would be. Do you think these young people, 18 to 25, if there would be a draft, would even comprehend that? Absolutely not. They would hide under their bed, screams like goddamn children, and
they would find a way to get out.
They would half of them. I mean, you know, it would be so damn dangerous that you don't even know if some of them could hurt themselves. I mean, but we're teetering on the brink of World War III. Putin's doing crazy stuff. And it's really dangerous right now. So, anything and everything is not off the table. I am God serious. So if these young people sitting around that are 18 through 25 think that everything's okay, think again. Think, honest to God, think again. It's just really scary. What do you think, Michael Wade, would happen to them? What do you think? Would they even be able to know how to do anything?
That parents step up.
Yeah.
You gotta grow up to be a man sometime, Junior.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. They gotta grow. I have Michael Wade up here in the corner, but on YouTube you can't see it, but a co-host is up here giving their opinion about this and said that these young kids would have to really grow up quick. And I'm talking they would have to, I think Trump would have to think about that for a minute because it wouldn't be able to be it wouldn't even be able to be handled. It wouldn't even be able to be done because there wouldn't be nobody showing up. Right. Because you'd be better off calling 50 plus to show up would be better than the 18 through the 25. You can't make this up. I mean, I really sit and think about this. Wow, if we would really go into a serious crisis, what in God's name would we do? Right, 20 mosquitoes. Right.
They're saying that this is all 18 to 25-year-olds. I mean,
yeah.
Not to bring my other profession, but
yeah.
We do have 18 to 25-year-olds that are going to wrestling school and learning how to wrestle.
Michael Wade here said there's 18 to 25s going to school to learn. Well, wrestling and war are two different things, Michael Wade. Michael Wade said these 18 to 25s are going to wrestling school. Listen, let me tell you, real quick boot camp and hard reality is two different things, Michael Wade. But we are, everyone. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, but it takes training and discipline, and it takes a lot of physicality.
Well, yeah, maybe that's a good little start, but that's a start. But
I'm not saying wrestling and military are the same thing.
Right.
You're right on that, but
Kev says I can't fight a war and win with the latest type of USA government.
Brought to that kind of discipline.
Yeah, I
mean, the percentage of those 18 to 25 is going to be as high to be in the previous wars.
Yeah, and I think what would happen with that is, that's what I said, Kevin. Wrestling and wars is definitely not the same. But I think what would happen is there would be a lot of young people that would just surrender to mental health and they would not be able to do it because that would just be what would happen. There's just no comprehension. They couldn't do it because they're in this life right here, not like us older people where our government won't let our soldiers win. Kev, come on. But we're in this kind of thing
here. You might be right about that.
Really? Okay, well, Michael Wade said he agrees with Kevin on here. I'm saying that it says the rules of engagement is not in our country's favor. And can you elaborate that on
Remember, we
that?
have a president that calls stars and stuff like that.
And what happened? Let me, so I can tell the YouTubers. Is it the protocol?
Remember, we have a president that have called some senators and fools for participating in wars and stuff like that.
But I don't think that's what he's meaning. I think he's meaning the rules of engagement, right? That I think there's protocols to war, that what Kevin is saying, that you know, you've got to, it has to go down the line in order to be able to use your weapon to shoot somebody or to defend yourself, even in the battlefield. Us Americans, if we're down in the deep thrones of war, Kevin was, you have to get protocol to be able to shoot someone while you're in war. So that's what I think he's talking about. The government protocol that has to be done, you know, to protect even your own comrades beside you. I think that's what Kevin's saying, just by talking to him off camera, right? Yeah, the rules of engagement. I can't shoot unless given permission. There you go. That's the rule. So you know that's pretty sad because, you know, the other countries they don't have no kind of rule of engagement like that, you know, against us American citizens. So, you know, why would we have something like that? That we have to go down the line and get a phone call while we're on the battlefield. Hey, can we use our guns to protect our men? You know, okay, Kev said when we started in Iraq, we couldn't shoot to kill him. To kill, we got get shot at. So he said that, you know, when he was in Iraq, he couldn't shoot to kill. They had to get shot at or you know, whatever. And so that's straight from Kev, who is right there. But you know, I think it's sad. It scares me, everybody. I think about that. I think about the what's happening when we're heading into damn near a World War III situation, and how Trump's got to somehow back us up out of this, because you got to look at the big picture, right? Of, for one, will we be able to, like, do we have, like, because right now, like, what is happening is our young people, even in our military right now, like, it's a different type of military, everyone. It's no offense to our soldiers. Our soldiers are amazing. But the younger people, it's just a whole different, like, what can I say, different situation. Like, back in our day, like, if you're 50 plus, right? That was old school stuff. The training was so old school, right? And I mean, the drill sergeants basically kicked people's asses. You know what I mean? And so it was different. It was really different. And so
Some people, even in our military
hold on, everybody.
right now,
Everything's close. That's shut down. I'm sorry. Everything. It's shutting down over here. And so what I'm saying is that our young people right now, right, going into the service, they're amicably going into our service, signing up, also because, you know, they want to honestly and amicably serve our country, but also, you know, they get college and everything, but a lot of young people, are they ready? Like, this is a hard reality, because back in my day, I mean, these drill sergeants, they were no joke. I mean, they were, man, you had to be, they would, I mean, literally holler into people's faces, everything. But that's what I'm saying. Are our young people ready for that kind of stuff, right? Because the military's changed so much. And it's not like back in the day, you know, where it was strong, you know, where, you know what I mean? When you went in and boot camp was, you either got through it or you got just tore up, right? Seriously. So I think it's just going to be different. I think, you know, we got to come up out of trying to think about even facing something so It's hard to take gamers and turn exactly. That's right, Rambo. That's what I'm saying. So right now, everyone, I know a lot of people on YouTube got off and everything. Sorry. Yeah, Michael Wade, come on back up. I loved your opinions. Come on back up. Everybody loved it on YouTube. But the thing is, everyone, I think we're in this society right now. It's not like our society where we didn't have the video games. We didn't have um oh my god, the computers and this and that. So when you went so you weren't even adjusted to any of that, right? So going into the military, you went in and you were a soldier. You were broke down and you were built back up to be I mean the strongest soldier possible. Ask any old school soldier this. Any old school soldier. Let me close my blinds. Hold on a second. One moment, everyone. I'm gonna just close up stuff. Okay. I'm sorry, everyone. I had to just close some blinds down. I think I said enough. Keep doing you do. Oh, thank you, Michael Wade. He said he really said so much. It was I was grateful for him. Thank you, Martin. But I pray for our country. I really do because we're being pushed. Okay, we're really being pushed into a lot of stuff, and if we're not being pushed into World War III, we're being pushed here in our country by fighting our own selves, and that's not good. That right there is not good. That's the thing that's not good. Is we're fighting our own selves. We got so many things going on, and we got breaking points here, right? Breaking points overseas. It's a lot. It's a lot, everyone. What do you think about this? What do you think about the traumaticness of all of this? Because I'm just sitting and I was thinking, how can we get through this if World War III literally would break out? How the heck would we even get through it? And I'm just praying that nothing like that would ever even happen, because you know, how can you face it? How can we face it? And you know, and you sit and you go, okay, well, you're looking at your sons, or you're looking at your sons that are 18 to 25 and going, wow, if World War III, if we get our stuff into this, my son could be one of those. And he's so shy, he's so timid, he's so good, right? But when it comes to drafts, it doesn't care if your son is so shy and so timid, and it doesn't matter with that, right? And that's the thing that scares me, and that's what I wanted to talk about, is that you got to sit and think, everybody. If you have a son that's in between those ages, sit and honestly even have a talk with him about this. Gauge this what's going on. Gauge what is really going on, and you will see that we are on the cups of it. You know, Putin's a dirty pool player, and you know, he just, did you see the parade that China had? You know, right there lockstep, and with Kim Jong Un, and that set right there a stage that Trump should know that Putin is not his friend. He's not friends of our United States, right? Exactly. And Putin is, if you think about Putin, and I don't even think Donald Trump really, our president, I don't really realize that Putin was a KBG operative, everybody, okay? So Putin was a KBG operative, all right, for many, many, many years. And Putin knows the ins and outs of how to work and manipulate people. And I'm telling you, yeah, exactly. Nate said Putin isn't even the worst of his, exactly. But he's an old school KBG operative. And it's just that never left him. He knows how to work people, manipulate people. Putin is a chess player like there is no other. And I think sometimes our president, and no offense, because, I have nothing against Donald Trump or anyone. Every president has their own way of running the country. So I have respect for all presidents, even whatever, because everybody's allowed to run the country the way they want to run the country. That's America, right? Okay, so we shouldn't hate Donald Trump because he is a president, and just like other presidents, he does things the way he wants to do it. But Putin is this manipulative mastermind of a KBG operative that never left him and never will. He knows how to play those chess pieces, right? He knows how to run the board to get exactly what he wants and how he wants it. And I really believe that's where Trump lets his guard down, because Putin is so smooth with the movements, the wording, and how to draw Trump in to have Trump believing that he is his friend. Now, hopefully, yeah. And so, we're sitting here until we saw this parade. I mean, listen, this blew my mind. I thought, oh my God, am I seeing what I'm seeing? I should have hit the grip then. And I mean, if this doesn't shake you up, everyone, I'm telling you right now, this should shake you beyond your core of what you saw when China had that parade. That should have shook you to your ever-ending core. And I'm not joking you. I am God serious. It should have shook you up because and made you think, because it's really real. Let's see it. Let me see. And because it's just a stance of putting something into our faces and saying we're here strong, we are united. That is actually how I saw it, as Putin and the Chinese president and Kim Jong-un standing there lockstep, going up these sharp steps. That was like a freaking dig in Trump, our president, like there's no tomorrow. And if Trump does not believe that, I have no idea what. Because right now, when before this parade happened, right, there's a lot of speculations Trump was having all kind of problems with his ankles swelling, his feet, whatever. Life happens, you know what I mean. But and so they were going up. Did you notice how they were going up these, walking far in lockstep together, going up these sharp steps just to prove a point that they're in good shape? I'm telling you, read between the lines. They're all in this stage to let Trump know, to send other countries know that, look, we can walk up these sharp steps. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. We're forming an alliance together. And y'all are a bunch of dummies for thinking that we're not, right? And then they roll out the latest technology of weapons, which was unbelievable, okay? Because I tried to tell you a long time ago with my intuition that China's got technology that we can't even touch right now. We don't even have. No, I don't think anybody believed me. That was like last year. But that right there scared me so bad, to think that, wow, these people, Trump better back up away from him. I mean, this is scary to think that, they have conversations. I mean, Trump, be careful, because Putin is no one's friend. He's no one's friend. Because any time that if he was our president's friend, he would have stopped the war with Ukraine and Zelensky, right? And so he that just proves to you, after they got done talking about making an agreement, what does Putin do? Go and send rockets over. So is that listening to what Trump has to say? Absolutely not. Putin has zero respect for Trump. Absolutely zero, if you come to think about it. and Trump wasn't even invited. I mean, it's insanity level, but everybody's friends. But no, he wasn't. Well, we weren't invited to the party, to the show, right? Which was unbelievable. If you've seen what you've seen on social media and the videos, it was insane, you know. And it kind of put daggers and digs into our military parade. It's really something, everyone, to think about. But I won't hold this up, everybody. It is after 7 o'clock, and I'm going to get going. Maybe I will come back later to do a little. Yes. Did Putin? No, absolutely not. No, Dart, hell no. He didn't respect any of them. Putin didn't respect Biden. He didn't respect Obama. He doesn't respect us, period. It doesn't matter what president in this United States that we have. These countries will never respect us. And which it's because if we stand our guard right, and we do things in the right way, we are the strongest country. We are the toughest country. But yet, right now, it seems like sometimes we don't act like we're the might of this world, right? Seriously. It's exactly. And it's like we are mighty. And they're jealous. I mean, I'm down there thinking, Putin's country, do you realize, Putin's country, he doesn't have the might that we have. I don't even know why we're even worried about this man. I mean, like, really, But for some reason, right? So oh God. But anyhow, so, that's what it is. I'm getting crazy connection over here. But I did want to show you that, but I don't know what's going on with this iPad. But because he has yes, exactly, he has nukes. Yes, he does. He has nukes. And the thing is, I think you're right. He has a lot of nukes, and probably more than we even know about. Think about it. All of these countries, China, Kim Jong-un, they all got nuclear stuff that we don't even know about. And they're not going to tell us about it because they don't like us. And you're right, and they're not afraid to use it. That's another thing. That's for another topic. Putin's not afraid to use nuclear weapons. As a matter of fact, I think it was last year, he went and pulled up, where was it, Cuba or something, with a nuclear ship, with a nuclear submarine. And you could, tour it or something. Am I wrong about this or what? I mean, just craziness. Like, the man is brass and bold is what he is. And he's not to be admired at all. As a matter of fact, people like that, you got to kind of wonder what's their mindset. Because he's laughing and faces. But then behind the scenes, it's not good. Oh, I have no idea who I would even pick at this point in time to be even I don't even know. I think at some point in time, once Trump's term is up, we got to look at, somebody's got to come in, okay? I'm an independent, but somebody's got to come in with a neutral mindset, right? Because if we have a mindset that is one-sided, right? One-sided, we will never accomplish anything. A two-sided accomplishment is better than a one-sided nothing, right? And so we can't be just one-sided. We have to have a president after Trump that's neutral. Very, 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 very neutral. Because if not, I don't even know what would happen. We have to be neutral to all, and we have to understand that we have to shake the other's hands across the aisle, even if we don't want to. Even if you don't like a Democrat, you got to shake their hand. If you don't like a Republican, you got to shake their hand. And that's how you get things done, not by one-sidedness, because it doesn't build a team. When you're trying to build a team, it's hard to build a team with just one side when there's other sides to the coin, right? That should be involved in building that team. And that's like, if you're at your job and you're trying to build a team at your company, like, if you had a lot of employees at your company and you're trying to build a team, you don't just build teams with your managers and you're the owner and you just want to build a team with your managers. Listen, you want to build a team with everybody, your employees, because they work for you. You want to build your team and you want to build it solid. You don't just want to build it with managers, because the managers, you want to build it with everyone. You want everybody to be included with that. But just like I said, somebody's over here commenting about the draft situation, and if there would be, because we're knocking on World War III's doors, and they're saying about our young people now and what would happen. It would be a disaster. It would really be a disaster, because not like old school, which is tough and strong, and never in this Sega Genesis video game mindset, right? That got things done. But this generation right here, I mean, it's sad to say, but video games are consuming, and it's really, really, really. Charlie got rejected from West Point and blamed, you know. But it's here nor there about things. But we got to move forward, and we got to think about what's happening in our world. And nobody's worrying about it. I mean, everybody, you got to sit and think about this stuff, because a lot of people go, oh, we're not going to get into World War III. People are thinking that, and people are thinking, wow, a draft ain't going to happen. That's why I'm talking about it. Why do you think I'm covering this stuff? Putin wants a fight with us, everyone. You don't understand. He wants a dog fight with us. And Trump's like, I want to be friends. And he's like, no, I want a dog fight. He's trying to get us in a dog fight to see how tough we are. I'm serious. They're trying to bring us into stuff just to see how tough we are, how tough our soldiers are, and it's really sad, and it's scary. But everyone, with that being said, I love yous. Stay tuned for the next Snap Talk Live. Stay positive, stay happy, and stay real about things, and stay always making sure that you know what is going on in our country and even overseas, because this is getting ready something. I mean, we even got things in our sky, everyone. That's tomorrow's topic, and you want to join me tomorrow, because I want to talk about what is going on in our skies, everybody. I've been seeing videos of like, things being almost trying to be shot down, and nothing is affecting it. And so think about that. If we got forces that are here in our skies that our own military can't even shoot down, Houston, we've got problems here in the United States. And it's just not about the government. It's just not about us fighting against one another in this political war, right? We got problems. If we got shit going on up in the sky and we don't even know how to handle it, if that, whatever it is, would go unhinged, and we can't handle it by any of our military equipment, I mean, that's a whole nother situation. And I'm going to show you videos tomorrow that people are capturing. I mean, literally capturing just the other day in our skies. It's beyond unbelievable. And so I'm not saying we can't do exactly. And we can't do anything about this. It is really, 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 really scary, everyone. And so stay tuned. We got so much to talk about. There's, beyond so much to talk about. Listen, each day is a winding road on here, but listen, it's a winding road of truth. and what's just. And so I'll see you when I see everybody. Thank you for your comments, your subscribes, YouTube. Thank you, Facebook, for your likes, your follows, and I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. You don't want to miss a thing, because tomorrow we're going to really talk about three-eye atlas, as a matter of fact, and what in the heck is going on with that, and will something unfold with that, because that's a whole nother beast that's going around and getting ready to, right there. This is a lot of stuff that's going on, everybody, and you think this is made up. No, it's not. You think this is stuff that we just should brush underneath the rug and go, oh no, ain't nothing gonna happen here. Oh, come on now. Three-eye atlas is running at the rate of insanity level, and we're sitting here, we're fighting each other, killing each other. We've got stuff up in space that's about ready to whoop our asses, and we don't even know what it is. I'm not joking you. We've got three-eye atlas that my intuition says got technology on there. We have no idea. It is trolled around data. It's getting data. And we're here, we're just blindly just going by, and it's wow. But thank you, everybody. I'll see you on the next one tomorrow. You don't want to miss a thing. Thank you for watching Snap Talk Live, this interestingly beautiful, unapologetic talk. See you in the next one.